God, you're so self-obsessed with just shredding all the time with all that gain. Like, we've got a job to do. We're here trying to do it, man.
You're absolutely right, Rabia. We should tell the wonderful public all about these wonderful guitars from Chapman Guitars.
Yes.
Chapman Guitars are the best, yeah!
Chapman
You're never gonna believe how great these guitars are! Yeah, Chapman Guitars. Hi, I'm Rob Chapman.
I'm Rabia.
And we're here in a very sensible fashion to tell you all about these beautiful ML3 Chapman guitars. I've got a V2 ML3 traditional here. What have you got, Bees?
I've got a V2 ML3 Modern here.
Nice, in Incarnadine.
Incarnadine.
I like that Finnish colour name because I thought of it.
I thought you might say that. It's good.
We're not very sensible people. You may have already established this. If you're new to Chapman Guitars, welcome. Please feel welcome. We are a small guitar company from England, specifically Brighton.
Yes, we are. We're in Brighton.
Yeah, we live here.
Yeah, we do.
What's Brighton like?
It's bright. It's a town, so I guess Bright Town being the sort of, you know, because you see the sun rise and set over the sea. It's quite a bright place in the country. It's a nice place to live.
It's really nice. They have great coffee in Brighton, don't they?
They have, oh no, that was pubs. They have over 970 pubs in Brighton alone. Yeah. But coffee shops, there are many, many coffee shops. Probably one on most streets in Brighton. I mean, you can't walk more than 500 yards without seeing a coffee shop somewhere.
Glitched out hipster kind of...
Wearing half-masts,
yeah,
beanies and pants.
Yeah, with Hollow Man syndrome.
With really big checkered shirts. What is that?
It's Hollow Man. You know, when you have that one half a coffee too much to get that Hollow Man.
Oh yeah, where you're a little bit jittery.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's the feeling that you'd also get after hours of playing an inferior brand. Let me tell you all about these guitars. So, this will be a lengthy, in-depth specification... presentation. Oh!
Specification, presentation.
Alliteration. That was really pleasing. So, ML3 traditional. Well, what does it look like to you? Because that's kind of what we're harking on at, I suppose. But with a couple of little tweaks. It's a T-type. It's one of our single cut offerings. It has heritage headstock, Chapman guitars, tuners to keep you in tune, 18
to 1 ratio.
Gear ratio, which means for every 18 turns,
the whole
thing.
The tuning peg does 1 revolution.
If my finger is a peg, if you could crank at the side of it 18 times for me, Beer, I'll demonstrate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. You get the idea.
I get the idea. What I'll do is I'll speed that clip up and it will be way less boring for them. It's a 42mm nut, so it's one less than your other favourite F-type brand, which we love and know well, which means that the fretboard's just a little tiny bit more in, and it's a little bit easier to get around.
You could say that?
By 1mm.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's a good thing. Jumbo nickel frets, beautiful maple neck and fingerboard, quadruple A flamed maple veneer.
This is honestly one of my favourites, this guitar in the range.
Tell them how favourite it is.
Well, it's so favourite that my dad loves it as well. I got him one for Christmas and he is absolutely besotted with this guitar.
That was a beautiful family story.
It was. But he really, really likes that guitar.
It's a great guitar.
One, yeah, they're really good.
I am incredibly happy that we managed to make this.
Yeah.
Reveal binding. Pop. It's a mahogany body. And then we've got 250k pots to deal with these beautiful Alnico 5 pickups. Mojo Hand, which is the tip of the hat to one of my favourite old blues songs. And then traditional T-style hardtail plate, but these individual string saddles are made from solid brass.
That was a big thing when we were back in the day, like talking about the new range, wasn't it? We were like, it's the little details. It was in this room.
It was in this room.
It was in this room before you moved out and then moved back in again.
Yeah. How random.
But I remember saying, like, it's the little details on all the new stuff that we want to really pay attention to, and things like brass saddles, like it's a really nice touch. It does affect the sound of the guitar, the resonance of the guitar,
and also having them solid brass and not just brass coated over a
zinc.
They last a lot longer, which is good.
That they do.
String through. It's a recessed bolt-on, so you've got access up here. It's a 3-way. It's a volume and tone. What more do you need?
Not much.
Not really anything else. Let me give you a couple of little tones.
Do you want clean, or are you going straight in?
Oh no, you're right. We should definitely go clean.
Yeah. See, he was about to get carried away there. Hold back the chap.
Hold back the chap.
Yeah.
That does not sound like the way it was intended. Do it.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
It sounds really good. What amp are we using, Bees?
Victory V30 Mark II from Victory Amplification into a barefaced 2x12.
Yes. Quickly becoming my favourite barefaced 2x12 enclosure. And what's good about it is it's only enclosing. It's not really enclosing. The speaker is just free to do its thing almost 360 by virtue of a patent-pending piece of intelligent design from my friend Alex. This is a shout out to Barefaced speaker technology and also Victory Amplification.
My bays.
They're our friends. What other brands of guitar do you like?
What other brands of guitar do I personally like? I'm a huge Fender fan. Just am. Fender Strats. I have 2 custom shop Strats and a custom shop Telly. But also I like PRS. I'm a big fan of Music Man. But yeah. And I just recently have a Gibson as well. Like, there's a few like different things, but to be perfectly honest, like, they're all just great for different purposes.
I totally agree with you. I'm a massive PRS fan. I love Fenders, I love Gibsons. I love ESP guitars.
Yeah.
I mean, I collect those as well. And I even play them out in videos and things. And I play Chapmans. And the message I suppose I'm trying to hark on about is that we're all just brothers under the same sky. And we make guitars, other people make guitars. I will never tell you that Chapman Guitars is the best. It's just good. It's great even.
No, it's easy to make the assumption, like, you know, like, this is a Chapman video, Rob's, you know, Chapman, Rob Chapman, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it is a good, poignant thing.
We're inclusive.
Yeah, because you can't just expect to play one brand for the rest of your guitar playing career.
I'm not going to throw away my other guitars.
Neither am I.
So, I think what they're all asking for... Robbie here playing the guitar better than Rob. Could Robbie play?
It's like it can do that thing.
Yeah.
The country twang. That was a random song we made up in LA. It really got on Matt and Rob's nerves.
Oh my God,
just kept doing
it
it
every 10 seconds.
Just going.
He was playing this. With a pair of...
great guitar.
It is really good, isn't it? With a pair of single coil and Eco 5 Mojo hand pickups, you might be forgiven for thinking you can only play clean or crunch type tones.
No, I mean, I'm just enjoying the guitar for that purpose, because when I feel that vocal, open, single coil sound, but yeah, you can totally...
That was almost the best I've ever heard you play. Also, should you ever need someone or maybe a Tosca gig to like be a pick passer?
Yeah, that was really useful.
That was a pretty swift passing of the pick.
It was a swift passing of the pick, and that proved the point you were trying to make, didn't it?
It did.
Because, to be fair, I don't know when it was, maybe it was early 2000s. I remember being out in the bands and stuff like that, and Ben can probably also, vouch for that, being behind the camera there. You started seeing loads of these like heavy post-hardcore bands playing tellies. Like everyone was just starting to play tellies, just standard.
There's a clarity in it, that's what it is.
Yeah, there is. And there's something remarkable about a telly, T-type, whatever you want to call it. We always do that, but we know what we're talking about. Bridge pickup that has a certain MIDI grunty aggression to it. And as soon as you put gain on it, it lends itself to that thing.
I wonder how much gain we could put on it.
Okay.
Let's put a bit more of that on. Let's see what it does.
It's a lot of gain.
If anyone's interested, that was the Snake Oil Fine Instruments very thing added onto the V30.
It's great.
It's great, and I'm now wondering why I don't have that guitar in my collection.
What, this specific one?
Now I do. Well, we've got another one.
We do have another one.
Which is
Right,
maybe even more mighty.
So this is the ML3 Modern, ML3 Standard Modern V2. Again, V2, if you're unfamiliar with the whole thing, is changed factories, moved to a different Indonesian factory where I guess, quality was more consistent across the board. Yes. QC was more consistent, all that kind of stuff.
But they could also do a few things that the V1 factory could not do.
Like pickups.
Really high-end pickups, very, very rolled fretboards, a couple of few spec changes. Not things that you'd necessarily always see, but things that you would definitely hear and feel.
There you go. And so therefore, I'm holding the V2 Chapman Guitars ML3 Standard Modern. There's a lot to say. But this is in Carnadine colour, which is kind of like a blood red kind of crimson thing going on, but it's got the flame maple veneer on the top, high grade flame maple veneer, because we said in another video, but that was one of the things, we spec'd out the best quality veneers we could.
Yeah.
Because we're all about the wood.
We are about the wood.
So there you go. You've got from the top down
Chapman pickups. We should have headstock pickups just to pick up the vibe at the top. You get more high-end frequency from the top of the guitar.
So you've got the Chapman proprietary 18:1 gear ratio tuners, which are branded with Chapman, which is a really nice thing. These have still got the little bits of plastic on them as well, which is painfully haunting my soul.
It's box fresh.
It is box fresh.
Box fresh.
Yeah, that's another good thing. These are box fresh. Then we've got the gloss black Chapman Heritage headstock with the string trees,
which Rabea came up with the outline for on a tweak of a traditional thing that you're probably more used to.
Yes.
It is quite different. If you reverse it
We're flipping it away. Yeah.
It's worth it. Let me search it to find out how much I gotta work it. We tweaked it. Anyway, maple from a tree.
Yes.
In Canada. Ebony, Makassar ebony from Indonesia.
With the inlays. It's also worth pointing out we got the Graphtec Tusk nut going on there.
Graphtec.
Which are solid. I mean, they're on most guitars nowadays. Like, how many guitars do you see that don't have Graphtec nuts?
Not many.
Exactly. The pickups are the Sonorous Zeros. Ceramic magnets, 12.5, and I think it was 10.5.
Yes, I think that too, because we just looked it up.
Yeah, we did. But the cool thing, again, with designing these guitars and doing all that kind of stuff is you get to spec things like the hex bolts in the pickups, things like that, like the blacked out look, because it's a cool thing. And I'm a huge fan of hex bolts in pickups.
Yeah, if you literally take this pickup out, we will come to your house and slap you because it should be in the guitar. But if you did, on the back, you'd see it says Chapman Guitars. It's a black, stealthy looking. Imagine it's on my hand, a black, stealthy.
You wouldn't see it because it's so stealth.
It's almost frictionless to the eye. So you'd have to be careful. But they're great pickups. We probably should show them. Also, it taps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's coil split, and then you got a 3-way blade switch, which I really like. I became a huge fan of blade switches not long ago, and I really enjoy them. Volume and tone. Did forget to tell you that these are jumbo nickel frets. And mahogany body and reveal binding.
Mahogany body.
String through construction.
Still got the plastic on the back.
It does. It's just a solid guitar, and these have been very popular.
I used this a lot. This model a lot when I did my GC tour recently. The one I did without you.
Yes.
Which felt like...
It hurt my heart.
I'm sorry, man. If you'd like to see more of Rabea and myself touring across America with Guitar Center, please comment. We'd like to see more of Rabea and Chappers touring across America with Guitar Center.
That's the thing.
And then we'll tell them that.
It was a great thing we did.
But I use that a lot because a lot of people liked to hear it.
Yeah, and to be fair, it feels more comfortable for me because it is kind of similar to my signature model in a few ways, mainly because it's an ML3.
strikes me, and it's the same with the ML1 Modern V2, is that they're really good tapped out. I don't know why, but I tend to use this and the ML1 Modern V2 tapped. I love the sound of the humbuckers, but for some reason there's a clarity and a lot of power in the tapped out ceramic humbucker vibe.
Case in point, without.
I feel like Johnny Highland just went, huh?
Middle position, one of my favourites on the tap. We should probably gain it up.
Gain it up, buddy.
Let's do that. Right, I'm going to crunch it first. Crunch! Crunch!
That sounds so like something would sit on the album The Extremist.
Yeah.
I really love that tone with the Bissonette brothers smacking out the rhythm side.
Well, that. It's awesome.
Man, I sessioned that album as a kid.
I mean, to be fair, that was the first Satch album I heard.
Really?
Yeah, my mate gave it to me. He was like, you need to listen to this.
Oh, dude. I jumped in... embarrassing. Well, not embarrassing, but I just didn't know at the time. But I listened to Not of This World thinking it was Marty Friedman.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this Marty Friedman guy is really bluesy and incredible. And it's so different from his stuff with Jason Becker. I was like, wow, he's really diverse. And then someone went, that's Joe Satriani. I went, who's that? Sounds like a pasta recipe, but I love it. And then he went, well, you got to listen to Surfing with the Alien. Like, my mind went...
Oh, yeah. That, I mean, to be fair, when I first heard that, first song I heard was Friends. And I think the title of the song being really wholesome, you know, and also the fact it's a really happy song. It just got me. Anyway.
It just got you in a special emotional place.
It did, and I'm just going to add more gain.
Well, that was an old school revisitation back to some old Dorje, which I really enjoyed.
I broke a sweat there. For some reason, I decided to hold my breath for that shred. I never do that.
What would you call that? And what would you call it when you hold your breath while doing something?
Yeah, I don't really know, but it's not supposed to be really good for you, isn't it?
Anaerobic?
I'm not sure, but we always get told not to hold our breath when we're doing things like lifting weights, anything that requires a lot of effort, because sometimes you can really put yourself in a predicament when you do that.
You can. It's always important. You know what? You're always 6 minutes from death.
Apparently so.
If you stop breathing. Can I have a go on that guitar? Tell them what I'm doing, Bea.
Rob's decided that he's going to tune the guitar to drop C, despite the fact it's got 10 to 46 strings on it.
I just want to see if he can do it, man.
It's worth pointing out that these come box fresh with Ernie Ball 10 to 46.
What brand was that again, Bea?
Ernie Ball. Yes, Ernie Ball strings.
Hey, Sterling.
Ernie Ball make fantastic strings.
They do.
They make all sorts of great stuff.
I've got to tell you, it's a lot of fun.
It's hanging on for dear life.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a good test of a guitar. I go to a lot of factories and play a lot of guitars, and it's a good test to push things beyond ridiculous limits. So one of the first things I do when a factory goes, here's a new prototype, is I go, right, could you drop the action, please? And they go, well, no, the action's already set. And I go, no, but could you drop it to like stupid level? And then you see if the fretwork's good. And then I drop tune it and see if it still plays. And if it does, it's good. It's gonna be challenge beer time.
Right. And it's gonna be flappy as hell for me.
Because tell them what gauge you normally use.
In drop C, it's 11 to 60.
So 10 to 46, drop C.
Oh my God.
Go for it, bro.
Thank you.
You are entirely welcome. You know what? I actually prefer the sound of you playing on those flappy strings.
It's hard.
Holding on for that dear life. That sounded amazing.
Trying to get that squeal and you can go... Yeah.
Dan Weller does it all the time. Dan from Sixth. He always plays on quite flappy strings. He takes tens and just tunes them down. Does like drop A on tens.
The thing with it is that if you play really controlled and small movements, it's fine.
Yeah.
The problem for me is I get too excited live and then I end up just whacking the strings and it just sounds...
You're right about the small movements. I want to see how far you put it out of tune. Ooh. It didn't go out of tune.
There's a limit.
I'm just being an idiot. It's been lots of fun talking to you guys, and thank you for your commentary down below. We probably will try and answer a few of them when we upload this video. If you've got any questions, fire them away.
If you want to get one of these guitars, then look in the description box.
Yeah, here it is with all of the gain. Have a great day. I've been Rob Chapman.
I've been Revere.
We are Chapman Guitars. Take it easy.
Really got on Matt and Rob's nerves.
Oh my God,
just kept doing it
every 10 seconds.
Just going. Oh yeah.